Good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Longhorn Prepper coming to you here live and direct on a very beautiful Saturday here in Dallas, Texas. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and put in my 2 cents into this little conversation we call YouTube. Now, my specialty, my forte, if you will, is going to be economics and finance. That's my side of the house. And the information I'm going to put out today is all public information, so nothing was stolen. There's no confidentiality. Nothing was jeopardized. Nothing was compromised by releasing this information. And what I'm talking about is pretty disturbing. It's Merrill Lynch Global Wealth Management. It's the Affluent Insights Survey. And it's examining the values, financial priorities, and concerns of affluent Americans. Now, what this survey defines as an affluent American is a household that has an annual income of $250,000 and above. Now, just to help you visualize who these people are that have an income of $250,000 and above, these are your successful businessmen, businesswomen, etc. They're your top tier corporate executives, your vice presidents, your senior VPs, your CEOs, your board of directors. These are not your mom and pop tailors, small towns. They're not your small town tailors. They're not your mom and pop seamstresses, burger joints. These are national chains. Higher up people in fucking that drive Mercedes-Benz and Maybachs, etc. These are the type of people that were polled in this survey. Now, this survey breaks it down pretty good. It narrows it down to basically what's going on right now with the people that actually make the decisions that go on in the corporate America. And the really scary part about this is the terminology that's used in the survey. Terminology such as adjusting to the new normal, the 2013 outlook for cautious optimism, conservative investing, and also weighing family commitments. Things like this they scare me. I don't know if they scare the hell out of you, but they do with me. And what they're finding with this survey, which was polled it started back in 2009 and it went through August 2012. Here recently just closed out. It was polled in 5 major markets, which is Atlanta, Georgia, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Detroit, Michigan, and the region of South Florida. The margin of error for this survey is between 3.1%. That's for the national sample, and 5.7% for the oversampled markets. And all these numbers are reported at a 95% confidence level. Adjusting to the new normal. Close to 44% of the affluent Americans polled view today's economic uncertainty not as a passing period of heightened volatility, but as a more permanent reality here for the foreseeable future. We define this in a survey that's known as the new normal. The vast majority of the respondents, specifically 94%, who believe that we are in a new normal environment, also believe that they are better prepared today to cope with economic certainty. In fact, despite ongoing uncertainty, more than half of our respondents feel a greater sense of stability in their financial lives today than they did 1 year ago. Now, if y'all remember about a year ago, this was the time when it was all that hoopla and the doom and gloom of the fucking credit downgrade, when it actually finally was downgraded for the national credit. America's credit was downgraded from like AAA plus to just A plus. And this was also the time when the stock markets were on a roller coaster ride, up and down, up and down. 100 points lost one day, next day 200 points lost, next day 350 points lost in the stock market. I sure do remember them days. Thank God that bad. Thank God it's over. Okay, now concerns about the economy may remain. However, with 54% worried about the impact of the economy on their ability to meet their financial goals, and the other 50% concerned about the lingering unemployment rate, which they're quoting as about 35%. As for what they can control, within affluent families, 1/3, which is 33% of couples, have felt in control of their financial lives during the last year, while half of those polled have taken steps to gain greater control, including more vigilant and sticking to their budget, which means everyone's tightening their belts across the board. And the other 32% are making more joint investment decisions, which means they're having the rest of the household pool their money and setting tangible goals for their future, which means, am I going to be able to pay? A realistic goal is more like, am I going to be able to fully pay my cable bill at the end of the month? Am I going to be able to pay my light bill in full, my phone bill in full? Am I going to be able to cover my kids' lunch for this coming week without having to ask somebody else or ask anyone for a loan for $20 or whatever? That's a tangible short-term goal for us everyday folks. Now, the people that were polled are the people that they don't have those kind of problems. Their problems are, what color is the BMW am I going to get this 6 months? Or what, oh, I'm so depressed because I can't afford to put new leather seats in my private jet. I know this for a fact because I deal with these people day in and day out. But I digress. Moving forward, as for what they... Alright, the 2013 outlook and cautious optimism. Affluent Americans' outlook on 2013 can best be described as cautiously optimistic, with 1 in 3, which is 30%, feeling optimistic, and nearly half feeling hopeful about their financial situations during the year ahead. Anticipating their financial situation for 2013, 35% believe it will improve, while 41% expect it to remain about the same. Additionally, 43% of men are more likely than women to believe their financial situation will improve next year. And among all age groups, the age groups they're talking about is between 18 to 34, they have the most positive outlook of the bunch. And of course they would, because think about it, if you're between 18 and 34, which I know a lot of people a lot of the younger preppers are nowadays, when you're that age, you really don't know shit about shit. You haven't seen the world. You haven't experienced too much in life. I mean, you don't have a lot. I know a lot of people don't have responsibilities, mortgages, car notes, family obligations, business taxes, issues like that. So of course they're gonna be optimistic. Oh yeah, sure, things are gonna improve. Yeah, right. Fuck you. Come see me when you're in your 40s and in your 50s, when life's kicked you in the teeth a couple times. Then you'll be able to tell me what's the most important things in life. You won't be so cautious. You won't be so optimistic. You'll know exactly what life is, and you'll be able to smell the bullshit a mile down the road. Okay, now among the other respondents who believe their financial future situation will improve, they think they will have the ability to take advantage of investment opportunities, and that was cited as the number one reason for their optimism. Now, conversely, of those who believe their financial situation will not improve in the next year, 61% were cited on the impact for the ongoing market volatility as the key barrier. Now, the women that were polled, 68% of the women believing this more than the men. This is followed by the fact that their dependents, be it their children and the parents or other family members, continue to be a drain on their finances. These are going to be, your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, uncles, aunts, etc., etc. The generations that came before you they're getting up in age. They're looking to retire. Some people can't, so they're just moving in with family and trying to squeak by what they can. Now, whether these people believe their financial situation will improve or not, most affluent Americans have concerns about the current economic environment. When asked what was their expectations for the economy in 2013, 49% say that they believe it will improve, but the remainder feel that it won't. No shit. Fewer define investment approach as conservative. When asked to define their tolerance for risk, 30% describe themselves as conservative investors, gravitating towards lower risk investments and savings vehicles such as mutual funds, bonds, and savings and money market accounts. This is down from the previous year. Now, back in 2010, 50% of people polled found that they would consider themselves conservative. That percentage fell to 36% in 2011, and now it's polled that only 30% of people consider themselves conservative when it comes to investing. Now, what that means is that people are not really playing the market as much as they used to. Everyone knows that. But what they're doing is they are putting their investments and their portfolios in more tangible objects such as gold and silver, commodities, things that are tangible. You can actually hold them in your hand. Okay, now, this shift towards less conservative investing can be seen most among affluent investors that are under the age of 50. It's right into that demographic when I said, people that have been around the world that can smell the bullshit down the road, they fall right around that age range. Now, today, 23% of younger investors that are between the ages of 18 to 34 describe themselves as conservatives. No, they don't, because these are the same people that fucking dumped all their life savings, dumped everything they fucking had into the Facebook IPO, and they got burned like a bad case of gonorrhea. Anyways, they were compared to the 52% that was 2 years ago, while 23% of those ages 35 to 50 describe themselves in the same way, compared to 45% from 2 years ago, back in 2010. Alright, now there's a hell of a lot more to this Merrill Lynch survey than I've broke down for you today. The link will be in the description box below. Please go ahead and check it out for yourself. And there's a hell of a lot more to it. And hopefully, it puts some people's mind at ease and lights a fire under other people. Anyways, y'all take it easy. This is Longhorn Prepper. Video responses and comments are always welcome. Take it easy.